Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. I'm gonna be Hack 'em Up, and this is Hack Recklessly. We got the Fallout crew back together, guys. Hi,
Wastelanders.
Wastelanders.
DanaeKeener.com.
Yeah, and we are going to be starting a new series. This one is called Our Brilliant Ruin, which is a I will get into it later, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're all dressed as fancy folks. So clap for the outfits, guys. It's really hot. It's like 80 degrees in my apartment. I'm wearing long sleeves. Channel stuff before we get into it. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like and comment. We like to see those things. If you're not, you can subscribe to the YouTube, or we have a Discord, we have merchandise, we have a Patreon if you guys like watching Ren and I watch scary movies, or usually like not scary, they're like 80s classics, but stuff that we haven't seen before, so that's always fun. And the stream schedule is going to be normal next week, Thursday, Friday, and we'll be back here on Sunday. This is a 3-episode show. We'll have a week there in the middle where we're off, but next week we'll be back. So before we get into it, we'll go around and have everybody introduce themselves and who they're playing tonight. I am LB. Hi, it's me. And I'm going to be playing Gertrude, who is the head of security for the household. And I'm going to popcorn it to the baddest motherfucker in here, Danae.
Oh my god, how'd I know it would be me? Hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com doing nerdy drawings, most related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventure stream. Today I'm playing as Charlotte Astis Willow. And I'm gonna popcorn it to my very good sibling, Balka, who is Sean.
Hello, everyone. I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed, and today I'll be playing Parka Estes Willow. We are definitely very good at our accents and our world, and we are good nobles and aristocracy. Might as well pass it out to the rest of the important, higher-ranking folks. Classism is bad. Ian.
Oh boy. Hey, I'm Ian, or your boy Big, on all social media, and I'm playing Vontavious Sneed, the other aristocrat here. Yeah, Danny, say words.
I can say words. Hey, everybody. I'm Danny. I'll be playing Turner Risewell, the Rivetson Bellow Union member. I'm the construction worker, and I'm here to fix this place up all dapper like. So we're doing good. RJ, you're left.
Hello, everybody. It's me, your boy RJ. Today, I'll be playing Arthur, who is a true folk of the League of Glovin Key, to our dear Charlotte and Parker. Zach.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Zachary Vaudo, also known as SneakerNet or SneakerNet Music, all around the internet where tabletop games are played and where music is listened to. I am your game master tonight for Our Brilliant Ruin. Our Brilliant Ruin is a high society game with a sinister edge to it. The world is a little on the downswing. It's a little, well, let's just use the word ruined. But as our channel host said, in spite of it all, we carry on. To which, are we all ready to carry on? All right, then. Thank you for joining us for this game produced by Studio Hermitage, and we shall begin. The world is changing. The world is dying, and yet, the world is a wonder. Generations ago, the first light from a distant dead star made its way to the world, plunging it into ruin. The emergence of the ruin hastened the world into a painful modernization. The old royals vanished or fled or were themselves ruined. In their absence, a new host of elites claimed their abandoned estates and settled into their lives of privilege. From the trouble of those times, though, dawned a new gilded age of knowledge, expression, and splendor. The world we now know as Dramark. The ruin never ended, however. The ruin cannot end until nothing remains. But even though we angle towards the ruinous end of our world, we carry on. We bring you now to Dramark, a land in the throes of its own demise, whether it knows it or not, and yet in love with its own sense of grandeur. Specifically, a small section of Dramark known as Crowscroft, where, as previously mentioned, one such abandoned estate is about to be claimed by our cast of characters. Before we fully enter Crowscroft, however, we are going to approach Crowscroft by motorized carriage containing 4 individuals not from this area, 2 of which have taken upon themselves to lay stewardship to this abandoned estate, as the aristocrats are wont to do, and 2 hired hands of the handful of unions that manage the what is known as the true folk way of life, contracted to this particular family. Let us start, as is customary with the times, with the aforementioned aristocrats. Parker. Parker Astus
We
Willow, could you please tell us a bit about yourself? Describe yourself, and what brings you here? What are you looking to accomplish by taking on this property?
Yes. Parker is a younger, early 30s gentleman who is a very science forward one, being dragged here by his cousin, who believes socialization is important. He is hoping to find ways to continue researching and developing better ways of using, the ruin. He's very Victor Frankenstein, not the monster, the man, in his actions and demeanor. And he is here because he has to be, because his family's sending him here as some sort of punishment. But perhaps it will turn out well.
Perhaps it will turn out well, and to your fortune, you are not being sent alone. Charlotte is with you. Charlotte, could you tell us a bit about yourself? Describe yourself. What exactly is your connection with Parker? Are you blood related? Are you simply part of the larger aristocracy? What are your
That's a
goals here?
that's a good question. Are we blood related? I don't know if
I
we
think
ever
we said
decided
that
that.
we're cousins within the family, but not biological cousins.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's what we are. Um, I imagine that both Parker and Charlotte are very goth. Um,
Mm,
Charlotte
So goth.
has an eye patch, and there's a lot of lace and frills involved, and a lot of dark colors. Whereas Parker has a more dour expression, Charlotte is a lot more cool and a lot of smiles for somebody who is dressed so darkly. Um, I, I think that she's the more approachable of the two.
Parker and Charlotte are seated in the rear of this motorized carriage. They are seated, however, within the larger carriage with their true folk hire-ons. Not typically something that you might see, but in this instance, travel is condensed, and quite frankly, these are trusted individuals of the family, if not these 2 in particular. So we make exceptions. And let's meet those 2. We'll start with the member of the true folk here that has been with the family the longest, Arthur of the League of Glove and Key. Tell us, how did you come to find yourself in the employ of the Astus Willows, in particular these 2? And how do you feel approaching this new manor?
Arthur had been hired on, well, yeah, hired on by the family through the League of Glove and Key for a while. He's a rather rotund looking gentleman with graying salt and pepper hair that is tucked neatly underneath a little bowler cap. Um, and I guess through the leadership of the family was assigned to Parker and Charlotte because of his loyalty to the family and his discretion in a lot of issues. He's pretty capable.
How does Arthur feel about this new assignment taking him away from his usual working grounds into this new village with a unknown estate.
Well, I'm very glad to see young Parker and Charlotte spread their wings quite a bit away from the family. I'm glad to assist them in anything they wish.
Outstanding. And lastly, a recent hire on specifically for this individual task, Turner of the Rivet and Bellows Union. Tell us about yourself and what brought you here.
Of course. Turner runs his own construction company, Risewell Construction, of course, aptly named, and has done quite a few jobs for the Astis Willow family over the years. They've loved the work that he's put into other structures. And after coming across this big, huge, brand new project, Turner couldn't help but take on the opportunity of exploring a giant mansion and seeing what all we can fix for just maybe a little bit more income. And I don't know, maybe Miss Charlotte has been looking pretty dapper lately. So why not help a pretty lady?
Fantastic. And this promises to be good work for you as well. If there is an entire manor to redo from top to bottom, well, that's guaranteed work. And that's work that you're good at. The carriage approaches, and as you approach from a distance, Crowscroft looks like any other country estate. Situated on a sloped hill and surrounded by acres of meadows and forest, it's an intimate property with an open courtyard, 2 floors, and enough rooms to be considered respectable. As you approach, though, on closer inspection, the literal cracks begin to show. Moss has worked its way up the stone walls. Much of the wood trim has rotted away under the pelting of numerous spring showers. A weed-engulfed cobblestone path leads to the front door where fellow butler Maeve Home is standing to greet you. Maeve has been steward of this property for quite some time, and she is awaiting your arrival. But she is not the only one awaiting your arrival. There are 2 others standing at the front gate, a man and a woman. Vontavious, could you tell us about yourself, describe yourself, and what brings you here?
Absolutely. Vontavious being of the it was the Valgrave family. Make sure I pronounce that right. It's my own name. Um, he found this to be interesting. Maybe another source of intrigue. Plus, meeting the new aristocracy is important to share community and see what they're really about. He's a taller gentleman, kind of stocky, he's darker skin, and he just stands there and he waits. He has a scowl on his face because it is ridiculously hot out here, and he was told to wear a jacket, which normally he prefers not to, but we respect tradition.
Absolutely. Now, the Valgreaves have an established place here in the community. What brings you specifically here for the arrival of the Astis Willows?
Well, I mean, partly that I put in my own a bit of, sorry, I'm not gonna get past that. That is hilarious. Um, I put in a little bit of my own capital into the land a little bit, just to kind of, like I said, extend my reach in reference to this. The Valkyrie family is known for the industrialism. I mean, some of the parts that the motor cart that they're riding in on is branded by our family, but saw this as an opportunity to go into realty, maybe. I'm just more so interested in who these people are.
Of course. Any opportunity to take another look at the other families, absolutely helpful.
Yeah. And if I can find anything, and I do mean anything, to exploit any opportunity or weakness, that's a win for me.
Absolutely. Now, the woman standing there is not an aristocrat. Has been hired on from the approaching family, and also a little bit from the Valgreaves, just to make sure that things are functioning properly here. Gertrude of the Piedmont Accords, could you tell us about yourself? What brings you here? Describe yourself. What are you hoping to accomplish here?
Yeah, Gertrude is like 5'6", fiery red hair. She has it pulled off to the side to keep it out of things. She's dressed very finely in that she is like not fancy but very practical as well as functional. And she is there because she's more excited to. This isn't her first assignment, but it is newer as she is 26. And she is a stickler for detail and making sure that everything is running smoothly. She's a very type A personality, so I think that she's excited to be able to, grow something from the bottom up and make sure everything is running like clockwork.
Most certainly. And as this motorized carriage approaches, Vontavious and Gertrude watching it approach alongside Maeve. Maeve will step forward to open the door for the carriage to allow the Astus Willows and their true folk companions out. As she speaks, oh, hello there, welcome to Crowscroft Manor. My name is Maeve. I'm the fellow butler here of the estate. Pleasure to have you all. May I assist you with anything?
Miss Maeve, if you could get somebody to help me with the luggage, that would be appreciated. Thank you very much.
Well, that would be me.
Oh. Don't worry
Yes.
about it then. He'll take as much luggage as he can by himself.
Yeah, and Turner would definitely hop in and be like, I wouldn't worry about it. I've got you. Let me carry a couple of these. Just grab as much as you can with big old set of arms.
And we promised we only brought the essentials. Looks back to the 80 different trunks and parts that they brought with them. It shouldn't
Of
take you
course.
that long if you're as accomplished as our friend here.
He means well, I promise.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Let's see what we can get moved inside. I'm excited to see the interior.
Yes, of course. These two individuals came by to greet you. Wasn't expecting their arrival, but the more the merrier. Yes. Sir and Madam Astus Willow, Sir Vontavious Steed of the local Valgreaves family.
Evening. Hope your trip was comfortable.
Lord Valgreaves? Sorry, I do not know if you have a title.
Do I have a title, Zach?
As far as I know, we make that shit up. Like in lore.
Effectively,
Yeah.
yes. Effectively, yes. You do make that up. The best way to tell if you have a title, though, and this will also go for the people that are wanting to learn how to play the game, is if you look under your portfolio, there is a portfolio option called title. If you have any numbers in it, you do in fact have a title that you can use to flex at your own discretion.
I do have a title.
I have a title.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Arthur has a
go.
title.
Hell
We'll go
yeah.
with Lord. Yeah.
I'm looking up construction worker terminology right now. Give me a second.
Foreman.
But there gotta be something better, right?
That's you want to be a
the
foreman.
top, man.
They are at the
That's me, like,
fore
owner
of
of the factory.
But I feel like there gotta be
Yeah.
something more
Wait.
dapper than foreman. That sounds so.
Is there a fiveman? There's a fiveman, sure.
That's what I'm looking for.
Surely.
You can go with Grand Foreman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
There you go. All right.
Just to establish
jeez,
that these people are kind of goth assholes. Ian, how many points do you have in title?
I have one.
Cool. I have 2, so I want my title to be 1 higher than his.
Grand Lord.
That's Grand, Grand Lord Master
Uh,
Foreman. Sorry.
It's like
If you're a lord,
Baron
probably
and
like
Duke?
a probably a duke, and then
Count
that would put
Duke.
Charlotte as a duchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're-
I've only
Yeah,
got one. I'm just a lady.
Oh well. Maybe if you weren't socializing so often, you'd be able to join the rest of us.
wild. Um, back into it. Yeah, no, Lord Valgrave, if you prefer, but we don't have to be so formal, right? We're friends in this.
Co-owners, at least.
At the very least, business partners.
Perhaps. Do you see this as a business?
I do, or at least see it as an opportunity to expand into a business. I mean, land is the highest piece of wealth you can have.
What
I
is the highest piece
was-
of not being knowledge?
I was hoping
Depends
it
on what
would
your
be more
knowledge
of a
Of course, it is a home for you both, but I call it an interest. This is adding to my knowledge. Maybe I can do this with or for someone else.
Well, have you seen the estate? Perhaps
No, I
someone
was.
could show us around? A tour, perhaps?
You've only seen the
Right.
state from the outside, Vontavious.
Yeah, I assume. I assume that's what our friend Gertrude is here for.
Oh, Maeve clears her throat. Actually,
Maeve.
Gertrude here is of the Piedmont Accord. I was about to introduce her next, Miss Fontaine. She's here for you said ground security.
Yes, right. I'm here to make sure that everything runs accordingly. I know we'll have people coming in and out for the River's Bellows and all such. So I just wanted to make sure that everything is going to your liking and that everything is safe for you moving forward, and that this place is going to be a home for you, if that's what you'd like it to be.
Perfect. Parko
Sounds like
should
you know
like
what
to
you're
see the
doing.
basement.
Indeed.
The
Oh, well,
basement, of
yes.
course.
Yes, we can show the entire place. We'll have to go into the ground floor, and then we can go down to the basement, and then we can go up top.
Of course.
And just for world establishment, both for my players and for the audience, while Maeve seems a bit hesitant and nervous and whatnot, it's worth noting that despite the fact that the true folk are not aristocrats and they are not of the high blood, the true folk are still respectable individuals. Society, in particular, work society, has been divided into factions, much as the aristocracy has been divided into factions. It's despite the despite the horrific things that are coming here, it's a bit of a utopia in that everybody is unionized, and you can't get things done without appealing to one of these factions, one of these unions. So for you out there that might be expecting a bit more hoity-toity talking down to the help, it may happen occasionally, but it's worth noting that if an aristocrat were to upset a member of, let's say, the League of Glove and Key too much, they might find themselves blackballed from assistance, which means no more butlers, no more cooks, no more chauffeurs. It's a careful balance in this world of Dramark. And so, nervous Maeve, jittery Maeve, will guide you all inside. And I keep bringing up her personality in juxtaposition to what I say about the factions, because it's worth noting for all of you that somebody of her position, steward of this estate, would be here on a stipend from the Glove and Key. She does not work for any of you. The family that owned this estate is long gone. The Glove and Key has placed her here in the stead. quite possibly the longer she remains here, the more work she has, and therefore she will be aiming to prove herself all the same. Yes.
Yeah, we respect our service workers around
Just
here.
a quick question to Charlotte and Parker. What is your disposition to Arthur? Like, do you like him at all? Are you nice to him?
How long has he been with us?
A while.
He practically raised me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have so
I
much
don't
respect
think-
for that man, but also he knows me too well.
I don't think it would be the same level of raise, but same level of respect because you do a great job of covering up the things Parker doesn't need seen. So, like, a mutual understanding of we both know what no one else knows, and because of that, we are committed to each other.
So basically, Parker rings the bell at 3 a.m. and Arthur shows up with a shovel in hand.
Yes.
Got it.
Yo,
Uh,
what the hell is Parker doing at 3 a.m.?
Nothing. You will not need to go into the basement, is for our family.
Could I just comfort Maeve just a little bit? Like, I've been with them for a while. They are decent people.
Oh, I'm certain so. You would know best. Come then. And she brings you in through the front of the rather large estate. As she brings you in, you enter in through the first floor, the rather expansive first floor, which, for those of you in the audience who may not be able to see it, I'm sharing the layout with our players here so they get a sense of just what it is that they're stepping into. You enter in through the front door into the vestibule. Rooms expand on either side into hallways, staircases, large spaces. But nevertheless, if Crowscroft Manor appears battered on the exterior, the interior is even worse. It's drafty and speckled with dust. Maeve has done her best to maintain some semblance of the estate's presentability, but one individual, only one individual, against such an undertaking can only do so much, which is why you are here with your members of the True Folk specifically. Water stains mar the ceilings and the window casements. Each step on the stairwell, as she leads you up to the second floor, makes it groan intensely, which I'll provide you now for the second floor. There's a gust of wind that happens as you all walk up the stairs, and it whistles through the chimney, making it almost scream like a banshee in this abandoned manor. You explore the upstairs. You can see there's some holes in some of the floorboards. Wallpaper has peeled. Furniture, which might have been rather valuable and respectable, has decayed. It would be needing a replacement either in part or in whole. And eventually, Maeve does also take you down into the basement. It is worth noting that this is a how would you say a more like of the time Victorian Edwardian type basement, aka this is also where the help works. There's a kitchen, a scullery. She points back towards the mudroom, towards the butler's pantry. Points down to the cellar itself, the cellar proper. She mentions to you that there is a cistern that is connected but not immediately on property. And to accentuate the manor's fallen stature, there's this pervasive odor. It's a potent mixture of mildew and spoiled vegetables that just sort of hangs in the air wherever you go. Maeve walks you through room to room. She doesn't open up every single door. That would take all day, and you wouldn't have anything to do for the rest of the day. But as she goes through, she lists the many significant challenges and says, I've done my best to take care of things, but some things are going to fall apart, and that's outside of my purview. There is no staff that comes with the estate, of course. So it's going to require require hire-ons. We've got members of the different unions down in town that you're able to reach out to, of course. See that, of course, you brought your own head of things. Uh, the cistern is damaged, which means water influx to the house is going to be difficult. There's a well that's just off site that you're able to use, but actually getting the water in and out is going to be difficult until the cistern is replaced, and that's going to take quite some time. There's a banging sound every now and again. I think it might be left over from one of the older days. I can't quite track it down though. But nevertheless, it's the words we call it be a fixer-upper, but it's all yours. And I'm here to assist you however you may wish. I do see you've come with your own member of the Glove and Key, your own butler, but I am more than happy to stay on and continue my stewardship of the property with you all to help keep things in running order. I can tell you more about the village nearby, points of interest. I can leave calling cards at the neighboring estates for you. There's Darton Hall. It's owned by the Granville Gal Parks, and of course, Mr. Lord Sneed's home at Amsdale of the Valgreaves. I can let them know that you all have arrived and will be visiting at some point in time. She looks expectantly at not just the Athos Willows, but sort of everybody.
Well, I for one would appreciate the help gladly.
We would be very happy to accept your assistance, madame. And Arthur can play nice, yes?
Oh, of course I can. Maybe.
Very good at engaging you in the way you need. I'm sure he'll be a great companion to work with.
Most certainly. Thank you very much. Like I said, if you'd like, I can answer any questions that you might have about the area. I can go and deliver those calling cards if you'd like me to do that instead. If you'd like to venture down to the village yourself, I imagine if you're going to hire on any additional staff, you'll have to go down that way regardless. However, I may be of service.
World building question. Would it be a faux pas to invite people in the state the house is in, or would it be good to tell them we have moved in? In terms of sending a calling card?
It would absolutely be a faux pas to invite them in at this state. You would want to use this calling card more of announcing your presence. And also, leaving a calling card means that they would then customarily leave one with you. So it's an indirect introduction. It is notable, and this is of no fault of the player whatsoever that did this on purpose, that the Valgreaves did not send a calling card with Vontavious for you. They are expecting, therefore, you to make the first move. Sending Vontavious is an act of goodwill, but they're not going to overstretch.
Charlotte, when you feel it is time, you can instruct the communication with the other houses.
All right. Well, Gertrude, as you've been walked through the house with the mindset of security that you have, what's on your mind here?
She is taking note of every entrance, but also all of the dangerous aspects, like the floorboards being broken or like windows that need to be replaced, like the thing, like, and she's setting everything in priority order to keep everyone safe. It's easy enough to close off rooms, but like broken windows are going to make a draft and people could get sick. So making sure that all of the doors have working locks and she has keys to all of them. And then I think the last thing on her list is servants' quarters, because I know we were shown them. There seems to only be one room. Am I reading that correct? Or is that just
It
for
looked
the
like you got a
nursery?
whole half of the floor.
I'm checking through the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm checking through. There. Let's see. Yes,
The
servants'
gun room.
chambers for the. Yes,
Yeah.
there was a rather expansive hunting culture in this area during the Blight.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was just looking on the upper level. Cool. Yeah.
Yes,
So I think
there's
she.
also a servants' hall on the
Mhm.
first floor. There are servants' areas on multiple
Mhm.
floors, and that's obviously, as mentioned with the nursery,
Mhm.
the servant could stay there while watching the child. If there are no children in this
Yeah.
instance, the nursery could be expanded out into a larger servants' area, or
Mhm.
however you see fit.
Okay. I think she will address Duke and Lady Augustus Winthrow. I have a few notes about things that need to get fixed right away. Would you like me to start talking with the others about what should we get started first, or did you have something in mind as far as repairs go?
I would address any concerns regarding repairs to our handyman, Mr. Turner.
Oh, of course, ma'am. I think along with Gertrude the entire time, Turner is flipping through his clipboard, writing everything down as he sees her check on a door. He is making sure, like, are these hinges, do they need to be replaced? Is this doorknob going to come off? Checking windows. So basically, same list, just different criteria, different order.
Mhm.
Um, right, please, write to me. I'd be willing to listen to anything you have, and we can prioritize what you see fit.
All right then. And then she's gonna walk over and like compare notes and like again very much like, oh no, this is going to be need to fix first. You know, we can't have them
Mhm.
breaking the stairs going up
Right.
if they're going to their chambers, and then
Of
like
course.
the doors they're going to need to be checked, especially the ones coming in and
Right
out
away.
of the house for the squeak that's going on. I don't think that's very good for our guests and our
Monotonous.
yes, right. So you have and then she's like gonna go like a little bit judgy, but like
Mhm.
in a nice way. Like, oh, I see that you have this there. I don't think that's a high priority. Like, not telling you how to do your job,
Yeah.
but like kinda.
Of course, we're
For the
taking note
fun
of
of it,
everything.
and for the fun of it, I think I'd like for this to be the first time where we have people rolling dice,
Ooh.
so that we can see between Gertrude and Turner how the notes are looking. So this game is an aggregate dice rolling game. You're going to roll d6s that are equal to an attribute plus a skill. That's a number of d6s equal to that. I will let you tell me what the attribute and skill, the personality and skill combination that you want to use will be. You will roll your d6s. A 6 is a success, only a 6. A
Okay.
1 is a
Okay.
failure. Anything in between doesn't particularly matter.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with obsession because I'm a little bit obsessive about this, and observe because I am observing.
Absolutely. And Turner, how about you?
I think I'm gonna go ingenuity for the insight. Um, and I think, ooh, does craft sound right? You paying attention to what, or is that more of a
I think so, because you're
okay?
trying to look at things in terms of what you are specifically going to have to do.
Okay, cool. So then, and we just roll the number of dice equivalent to those numbers added together.
Yes. Well, you don't
Yeah.
add them together. You roll. Well, yes, you add the number of dice in personality and skills together. Roll that number of
Right.
dice, and then you're looking for 6s.
Cool.
If you have any ones, let me know.
Oh, looking for my dice tray and I forgot all of my rocks are in it. To roll on the desk.
Wrong rocks.
Yeah, wrong rocks. I got 1 success, no failures.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this is a bad day for Turner. That is 1 failure, no successes.
Okay. Again, it's the first roll, so catastrophic. Well, it's not catastrophic. It's just a gloom. It's a negative. So I think that the way that Gertrude was describing it, where she was being overly corrective of levels of importance, is causing you're starting to notice that your notepad is starting to be a bit more redacted than it was at the start as you were crossing things out at her discretion. Not the way that you expected this to go as leader of things in charge here. This is your job, but Gertrude is approaching it from a sense of safety and security, whereas you're approaching it from a sense of actual construction and crafting. She would be OSHA to your your actual work in this instance. but yes, Gertrude, your eye for safety has pointed out many things that might otherwise be overlooked, or maybe
Mhm.
may have been deemed excessive
Mhm.
by somebody who was doing repairs here.
Mhm. Mr. Turner, it was Mr. Turner.
Correct, ma'am. Risewell, but yeah, Turner's fine.
Risewell. Mr. Risewell, how long have you been doing this at the Riverton Palace?
About sleeves. It was 15 years next year. So it's been a long committed job. I always make sure I prioritize making sure the structure's not going to fall in on us first. But I see your list is very connected. You've looked at a lot of different things, and I appreciate that. But we're gonna start from the bottom, work our way up. More with the
All right.
foundation, of course.
And of course, if you bring anyone in, let me know ahead of time so I can vet everyone. And just tell me how many you're thinking about. And on a day-to-day
Mhm.
basis, I'll be checking in to making sure that everyone is in the right place where they're needed to be, and the heads of the house are not bothered by it.
Of course, I have my list. I have my team. We always check and see who we'll need first in terms of which teams to go there, and then I'll check with the Asses Willows first. They love my crew. We do many projects for the family, and then I'll let you know, of course, before I call anybody.
Right. Then we shouldn't have any problems. Mhm.
Sounds good.
As you all talk, your statement is punctuated by that rhythmic, metallic banging sound echoing from somewhere in the manor. As Maeve goes, there it is again. I'm never sure. I'm never sure if it's with the wind or if it's a piece of machinery that we haven't found yet, or what. But it's and it about the time that she gets into the descriptor of it, the banging sound stops. But perhaps you'll have better luck finding it than I will.
Does that happen randomly?
I haven't. Well, it's not a cat. I can tell you that much. It's
Hi, Ollie.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's
did the
no
place come
specific-
with a cat? Seems to
no,
have
the
found his way
strays.
inside.
Yes. Well, open areas, strays tend to wander in and out. If you like cats, you're welcome to. We're welcome to convert one of the rooms into a bit of a pet area. But otherwise, we can send them on their way. As for randomness, I haven't found any sort of pattern to things. It just sort of occurs, which I suppose would rule out machinery now that you mention it. But I can't find anything of the sort.
Does it seem to happen most on one floor as the other, or is it kind of all throughout the house?
It sort of echoes. Things of the walls are rather hollow right now with the way the state of things. So wherever it's coming from,
Yes.
just echoes straight up.
Straight up. So it's coming from below.
Fascinating.
I thought so. That would make the most sense. But when I went down there, I wasn't able to find anything.
Well, perhaps Mr. Icewell and I will go on a bit of an adventure. I assume the kitchen isn't in working order.
Just enough for the occasional meal, but no, it's not quite. Especially with having to bring the water in all the time. The
Arthur's
cistern will be
already
a major
rolling up
issue.
his sleeves. Don't worry, let me get to it.
Right. Perhaps we'll have you dining on the back porch today. Sorry, that's not my job. She stops and puts her stuff down.
You're
I'm sure wherever we dine will be perfectly fine. But thank you for looking out for us in this way.
Of course,
Sure.
it is my job.
aspirational
It's
young
not.
lady.
Arthur.
Arthur's already gone to fix the kitchen.
Just I suppose very quickly we'll touch that. What dice roll would you like to do in order to fix up the kitchen to enough of a working order? Alternately, and this is just to
None.
mention it to yes, I say alternately just mention it to the group and the viewers. You have portfolios that you can utilize. You spend a use of your portfolio to do something without any dice rolling whatsoever, immediately succeeding. I will typically require some sort of role play out of it, but you will not fail on it regardless. We will find a way for it to work.
Yeah.
For
So-
purposes of this game, typically you regenerate your portfolios at a regular pace, but for purposes of this, I've taken a mechanic from another game because I thought it'd be more interesting. Characters have a personal epigram that is a motto for themselves, and if you use your epigram in conversation in an episode, you will regain one portfolio expense for the next episode. It's once per session.
Amazing.
Which portfolio would you like to use?
I'm not using a portfolio. I'm using
Oh.
my Truefolk competency in buttling.
Even better, yes. Yes, a true folk competency for folks at home is like a portfolio, except it never goes away. It's the one area that the true folk are the most good at. Now, I will say, Arthur, using this true folk competency will be enough to get things in presentable order. In terms of
Mm,
functionality, that's a different story. That actually
right.
has to do with making sure that things work, that the stove will stay lit, that getting the water in, and so on and so forth. But cleaning things up, you can absolutely use your Trufo competency for, as you flit about the kitchen into polishing mode, into organization, dusting, so on and so forth.
And then I would actually have to use something either from my skill rolls or portfolio to just make it in better order functionality wise.
Should you solely want to be the individual to do this, as opposed to, bringing in the help of, for example, Turner, or hiring on staff in order to do so, which you all staff will most likely need to be hired on for you to take on an estate of this
Yeah,
size.
eventuality, but for now, Arthur is doing his best to make sure that the nobles are taken care of. Not a lot is out of place. He's kept reference of where all the luggage is, to be the very least.
I will say then, with your Trufo competency of buttling, to make things in working order, you'll be able to make the kitchen presentable and the dining area presentable for dining. It will require going into the village to actually get the food, but you may still dine in this area in a reasonable state.
He'll come back
Now,
in 30 minutes, everything's spotless.
wonderful. While this happens, I'd like to turn back over to our Astus Willows and our Valgreaves. Uh, you're watching these true folk just immediately get into working mode as you are examining the household. I want to turn things over to you all for conversation, either internally or with one another, as to what you're thinking about the state of this house, the state of things that will have to be addressed. Are you in over your heads? Is this an interesting challenge? How do you feel about working with another family that has a presence in town already, etc.?
Internally, Montavious is going, this place is a pile of shit. It's gonna be a lot. Oh, it's gonna be so expensive. This is not gonna work, and they have no idea what they're getting into. You can tell that they are so confused externally. This is going to be exciting. I'm very I'm very happy to be working with the two of you in this. I think this is going to be a good endeavor for all three of us. Back internally, this place fucking sucks. Yeah. What are your initial plans? I know that finding staff would be something that you all need to start to think about. Maybe not right at this moment. I can definitely help in pointing the two of you in the right direction. But you know, have you
I'm
picked your
sure your
rooms
family
yet?
has
You know,
wonderful
things.
suggestions on local staff, but we wouldn't want to steal them from, you know, the ones we know and trust. But perhaps we can work together, finding
Yeah,
a new union here.
you looks like you do have two very capable people here, and of course, you need someone to, of course, train them to your comfortability, and you know, it's helpful. And lady,
Parker's internal
how do you feel
monologue.
about it? Oh, go ahead.
Is it Parker's internal monologue is very much like, we've got this. This is not a challenge. We are very good at our jobs, and also we need to make it shine for Charlotte so that we can steal all of the attention from everybody else in the area. We need this to be such a triumph that it outshines the other two estates. I'm sure my
Uh,
cousin will know exactly how to decorate.
oh yes, of course. I am already making plans. And she's like looking around at all of the like damage and needs for repairs. This is all according to plan for Charlotte. She really wanted a shithole. She wanted a fixer upper. It's she she really wanted Turner to be here, and she got tired of breaking shit at home to find excuses for him to show up. So like he's gonna be here 24/7. This is great.
Uh, um, absolutely. Of course, I assume back in your previous home, the two of you definitely had an eye and like looks at Charlotte, have a notion for repairs and a decoration, and he kind of like puts his hand on a nearby chair that's just full of dust. It's poof. Yes. Well, um, first things first. What is it that you think would be well you already got calling cards going out introducing yourself to the town, which is important. um Timeline wise, you may want to figure something out to where you put on somewhat of a showcase of your presence. Maybe not something as expensive as some of the other homes here, but a test of goodwill.
Is
Or we could
expense going to
organize
be an
some sort
issue?
of garden party.
Oh, I love gardens.
Nobody needs to see the interior while we just get ourselves situated.
So we work from the outside in.
We work on the inside. We show them the outside.
It is worth noting
Yeah,
the outside is also in a bit of disrepair.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just about to say that.
But you
The
said it
outside
was
needs a little
slightly
bit.
better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
with all of this, various thoughts and processes, and as mentioned, with Maeve off to send the calling cards out, uh, this leaves a few objectives for we'll call the second half of this, with doing some initial repairs, hiring the staff, visiting the village to perhaps get a better lay of the land, which can be done in whatever groups you wish, all together or divided up. I'd like to take this last bit of time in our first half to develop your property sheet a little bit. Once again, something not shown to you all out there, gentle viewers, but I'm managing it for everybody here.
Property
Prop-
sheet.
Properties, estates, will give you all attributes, points that you can use as a collective group. This is a shared pool of things. So if one of you uses it, the rest of you can't until it gets replenished. You currently have 7 points. I'm going to quickly go over fast go over of what the different categories are, and this will be something for us to discuss a bit, above the table, how you would like to work this property. This will also reflect the direction that you all are going in with managing the space. The discover uh, the discover skill or discover feature leans things towards learning, experimentation, and discovery with the property. Each point of discover that is used will grant a 2 dice bonus to a dice pool to test an outcome where investigation, experimentation, or research would shed light onto a subject, in particular in this house. So if you put points in discover, somebody can pull from that to gain a dice bonus until that pool gets exhausted. Generate will make the property cultivate output. It could yield money, it could yield resources. Each point of generate will replenish one exhausted point of tools and equipment or wealth portfolio, should they be used. This could come into play with actually needing to repair the place if you use tools over and over again. It will typically require a full scene, and assets must be sold or other methods of making the resource available must be activated. So you'll have to determine what exactly is coming out of the house should you do this. Restore allows you to recuperate. Each point of restore will replenish 2 boxes in vitality or distress, which are the physical and mental health trackers you have, following a night's undisturbed rest. Or some other equivalents, such as several hours spent in the mudroom. Well, the mudroom is not actually a relaxing place, but just give an example. Something nice, something calming. Socialize where lively conversation happens. Each point will guarantee 2 dice bonus to a pool testing an outcome where interpersonal communication would be relevant. Your character might call upon the estate to help you socialize for a test convincing an ally of your commitment or presenting yourself to another party. And finally, strategize is a measure of security for the place. Each point of strategize will grant the player characters 1 action in any situation that has you physically threatened while at the estate. The action resolves before anything has a chance to act directly against you. You will then also have your natural action should you come into conflict. There are 7 points for you to spread among those. Some of them don't have to have any. Some of them could have many. But as a group, I would like you to, this is just the players getting a sense of how do you want to build out Crowscroft Manor? What do you want to get from this? And how do you think Crowscroft Manor can help you? I turn this over to you. Once we have the sheet built out, I think that'll be a good place to break before we do our various tasks.
I
Okay.
was
Do
definitely
we
thinking,
have
No,
the sheet that we
Danny.
can look at? Ian, fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Guys, no fighting. No.
no.
Every time
What are you
we
gonna say,
can-
Ben?
I guess, do we have access to this so I could visually see
Yeah.
the things?
Yes, I just done a screenshot right
Perfect.
there.
Love you.
Okay.
Heck yeah. I was definitely thinking restore and generate should get some love, but I
Mhm.
present that to the masses.
And I think the Goth twins would love some points in Discover.
Okay.
I agree.
I would like a point of strategize personally.
Danae, how do
as
you
the
feel
head of
Well,
about
let's see here.
Discover?
1, 2, 3, 4,
I love the
5.
idea of Discover. Let's do that.
Mhm.
So
I was
we
like, I
can,
feel like we
what,
both would love Discover.
Yeah. We can all pick
a
one
point in
and
each?
then yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then we
A
got
a
an
point
extra
in each,
one.
and then we can decide the last 2.
But RJ
Do we-
Bills, they don't get one.
So you'd like a point in everything, and then you'll figure out where to put your last 2 points?
Mhm. I think
That sounds
res-
right.
Yes, I think restore is important at this point.
Mhm.
I don't know how dangerous this world is, and that would we need more in strategy? Like,
Yes,
oh
Above
my
the
god,
table,
baby! Sorry,
Aw.
I was like, who was that?
lovely.
Charlotte turned
One
into
of
a
the-
cat.
One of the many feral cats. I will say above the table, there will not be repeating instances of danger in this session. Danger is possible,
Mhm.
and of course that is excluding whatever danger you might decide to thrust yourself into of your own accord. But I will say that it will not be a repeated thing.
Okay.
I also heard everything, so I'm throwing my lot in with the nobles. Put my point into discovery if I have an option. 3 discovery, baby.
Okay.
So 2, you guys want to do 1 in each, 2 in discovery. That leaves us 1 point to do.
Okay.
I think maybe restore an extra
Yeah,
point
I
of
agree with
restore would be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I want 0 points in socialize. I do all of my socializing off property.
So if you want
Fair enough.
to take a point out of socialize, that does give you back another point
Okay.
Yeah.
if you all want to.
How about
Cool.
putting that into generate, maybe, so that
Sure.
we can.
Well, so just kind of weighing out the options here. Keeping a point in socialize, especially with the Goth twins being new to town. Like I'm pretty sure being part of the town, I could probably shenanigans some stuff to help out.
Mhm.
But at least having a point in socialize, especially them not being from here, could help.
Mm,
Okay.
I
I think that's a
concede.
very good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
like a little bit of
Because
work
we're not going to be
going.
doing ourselves any favors with socialize, so like the house aesthetic is probably
Yeah.
very good.
Very, very fair. So then you have.
And I was
one-
and I was thinking with introductions, like with townsfolk too, like being part of the town, being a Belgrave, being like, oh, these are my new friends, da 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 da. Like it'll kind of
Mhm.
boost that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, with that being the case, if then we're back to keeping 1 point in everything and then another point in discover, so just to highlight strategize and generate once more, generate will allow you to replenish an exhausted use of tools and equipment or wealth,
Mhm.
which will come into play if you decide to use wealth to hire people or pay
Mhm.
for something to get it done, and then you need to do it again in
Yeah.
the same session. Or if you need to do it again because you haven't used your epigram and thus the next session you don't have it anymore,
Mhm.
or tools and equipment construction is particular for Turner.
Yeah.
Strategize and then
Is there a
strategize
way to
is the
gain enhancement points? I'm sorry. go ahead.
yes, you will gain enhancement points by the end of the session,
Got it.
and the end of the next session. So so these are not the only enhancement points you have. I'm giving you less because this is I'm adjusting the rules a little bit, but
Yeah.
you will be getting more.
Yeah.
And then strategize, as I said, is the extra action thing for security.
I mean, I think generate would be good, especially with all the repairs we got. If at
Right.
the end of the, if the start of the next session we're like, oh shit, we gotta put more points into strategize for sure, because fuck is going on. But I
Because
like
of all the
generate
cats.
because of all the cats. Cats keep
All
getting
cats.
Writing down to the Royals. You want cat doors or?
in.
Yeah, how did
So
the
one-
Astus Willows feel about cats?
I feel like they're cat people. They gotta be.
Mm-hmm. They're
Now, are they
dogs.
cat people or are they cat people? It's like everyone in town welcome in, or do you have a special room for that?
It depends on how many cats are there.
Are the cats free roam?
So far, it sounds like at least
No.
7 this evening alone.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, I feel like
All
all
right.
of the cats live very comfortably in like the garage.
Yeah, I'm like pulling the map back up.
Every cat that shows up, Vontavious is just like, oh, mm, mm-mm.
Dog guy for sure.
Yes,
And so
Shoot.
the last bit for this is going to be the one minor feature that that your estate comes with. There are many minor features that have many different systems. I do not have to read all of them. There's quite a few, but I do want to highlight a few that I think would fall in line with what I have seen of the group thus far. Collection is a minor feature. It's a showcasing of your treasures, your tastes. We have our goth twins, therefore goth cousins, therefore we have potential for that. Once per session, a player character may call upon the prestige of the collection to stand in for reputation or title. Fellowship Annex represents a strong relationship or a formal alliance between the community and a local chapter or branch of a guild, family, or other faction. It's kind of like having a guest space that is specifically for a true folk faction or for another family. Interactions between player characters and members of that family, guild, or faction will have a +2 dice bonus while conducted in the annex. So if you invite people back with you, it'll work out there. Parlor, discreet conversations, private gatherings. You may immediately roll a long form test for which. Immediately re-roll if you do a long form test and you don't like the outcome, and you can choose which one to keep. It can only happen while you are at the estate, but it will allow you if you will have to do some project rolls in this for what you'll have to do, and if you decide you don't like it, you can re-roll that. Only one player per session may use it this way. Secret passage. It is what it is.
Love a secret passage.
What is it?
Secret tunnel.
Well, it's a
Secret
tunnel.
tunnel.
I'm gonna say, because gameplay wise, what does it entail?
It allows you to move from space to space. You're
Okay.
going to pick a couple of locations and say, I want a secret passage from this room to this room.
Tell me we want to build team.
Mhm.
There's just a couple more things. Actually, just one. Sanitation encompasses the property's commitment to cleanliness and health. Once per session, a player character at the estate may abate a single ruin-afflicted condition that you acquire during the session. It will add 5 boxes to the ruin tracker. If you've acquired your third ruin affliction condition in the session, you can get rid of it so long as you get the estate to evoke this feature.
What do the boxes mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, so down at the if you look on the main sheet, when 10 boxes of ruin have been marked, ticked, or filled, you tick or fill the circle at the center. So you're basically going to automatically gain 5 more boxes on top of it.
But we would tick off one of the big ones, right?
No.
Oh.
You would do it. You would do it. Actually, no. Sorry, my apologies. Yes. Sorry. It would allow you. You would allow you to get rid of a ruined affliction condition by
Right.
checking off 5 of those boxes.
Mhm.
Yes, but it will allow you to clear an affliction which would otherwise take significant issue
Yeah.
in doing.
Okay.
Follow-up question to that. When you say take off 5 of those boxes, can we do like 1 in social, 2 in this thing, 3
Oh no
in
no no!
like
So
Yeah.
if you go down to the bottom of the page, there's a
There's a
ruin
ruin
tracker
tracker.
with a. It looks like a
Mhm.
bunch of poker chips. It's a bunch of
Yeah.
squares and a circle in the middle. You tick off those boxes around the circle, and then when the circle is surrounded, that circle is gone.
Oh, that page. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So
Got it.
basically, it would cut one of them in half. So you'd be resetting one to half instead of full,
Yes.
which might be helpful.
Yeah. Depending
Oh, that's not
how.
going to be a problem for us.
No,
No.
nothing
Never.
bad's gonna happen with the
I think
goth
we get
twins.
reckless.
How many sessions is this
Okay.
game?
3.
3.
Oh, hmm. Pity.
I
Now,
think
now I will say
narratively-
the minor.
Are you trying to
unless-
speed run ruin? Knock it off. They're gonna
unless you have a particular strong leaning, the minor feature does not have to be created right now. It can be decided in between
Yep.
the next couple of sessions, but I wanted to present a few of them to you
Sure.
as possibilities if any of them jumped out at you.
I
Is
think
anyone
right now,
feeling anything?
narratively, the connection with the guild one makes
Yeah.
the most sense because
Mm.
the like families like the guilds. It would make sense that they want to honor them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In which
But
That
case
makes
you
a lot
would
of
pick a
sense to me.
particular
Yeah.
guild that you wanted to actually have that relationship with, and then
The
that basically
Lollipop
means
Guild.
that. Yeah, well, that also means that you now have like a location where you would meet with that guild and talk there, and that would give you 2 dice bonus to like convince them of stuff or whatever
Mhm.
interaction you might need.
Yeah, I think that would be useful for sure. And making it the glove and key, getting or the rivet and bellows to get people in to work on the house to make it easier. I think that would make a lot of sense for us.
But
I
also,
definitely
I
second
would.
the glove and key.
Yeah. I was gonna say the Peabody chords because that would mean better security around the house for whatever fuckery's coming up.
What fuckery? What?
So
You
so
don't
here's
want
that
you
thing
don't
though.
want
Can that be a
eyes.
conversation? Can
Sure.
that be a conversation that could be held in the parlor room though?
Sure.
Right? Like you don't
Ooh.
necessarily have to dedicate
make
a
that a little
guild to
more-
them.
We could have the parlor room bonuses. That's true.
Yeah, the parlor does allow, again, for example, if Danny is going to be doing a long form test to fix something major, like whenever you get to the cistern, if you don't like the outcome of that, Danny,
Re-roll
you can
it,
choose to
yeah.
re-roll that entire thing and then see which one you like better.
That's
Okay,
pretty
so it's not
cool.
like I just take the new one. Okay. Ooh.
And
I mean,
what's
obviously, Solstice is
the
great.
decision process here again, Zach? Like we have to pick one?
One feature.
You,
Yeah.
you get one minor feature with your current level of the estate.
But when we upgrade our estate, we get more minor features.
Yes, which may not happen over the course of this.
Right, because it's only 3 sessions. Sorry. Woo.
Okay.
Speed run
so
construction.
This has
Speed
got to
run.
be the decision.
Mhm.
I like parlor room just because how
Mhm.
flexible it is.
The reroll
It's the
seems
least
good.
situational.
Mhm.
So
That's what I was thinking.
we can
too.
all benefit from it in some capacity, even though one of us gets to use it.
Once
Okay.
per session, one of you gets to use it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
Which
I dig
still, it could come down to a really important role.
let's do it.
All right, so parlor it is.
Mhm.
I know in my heart of hearts these goths are secret passages.
I was gonna- so you really got to go back to the secret passage
Hey.
thing, guys.
That's
We
why I
gotta-
asked.
it's already
Didn't
there,
mention-
right?
I can't help but notice I didn't
Mechanically,
mention
it
my
might not
suggestion.
be.
If we got another choice, I'm going secret. I'm saying let's do the secret tunnel.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
if we
if-
can
If you
get the secret
gain
tunnel by just building it.
Yeah.
if you gain enough here to level up your estate into the next one, you can absolutely pick a second minor one.
Mhm.
That'll be part of it. But I have shared with you now your updated current sheet of
Thank
Crow's
you.
Croft Manor. And with that, I think this is a good spot to take the aforementioned break. When we come back, you have work to do, fellow
boy.
players.
All right.
Oh,
We're going to
boy,
take a
oh, boy.
quick break, so don't go to a place unless it is to grab a drink, grab a food, grab a friend, or do a little stretch. I think it's a good day to stretch our backs. So make sure you bend down, try to touch your toes, do a couple stretches, and we'll be right back. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. How dare
Deep
you?
cut.
That is a reference to our Tales of the Valiant game. If you haven't checked it out, Critic Chronicles. But we are not there. We are playing Our Brilliant Ruin tonight. So Zach, please take it away. We have things to do.
Absolutely. For those of you joining late, we have Crowscroft Manor, which is an estate in ruin, not the dangerous kind that plagues the land of Dramark, just the regular kind of disrepair in the village of Crowscroft. Parker and Charlotte Astus Willow have taken upon themselves to claim the estate and to oversee its reconstruction. They have brought a member of the Rivet and Bellows Union and their personal butler of the League of Glove and Key. They were greeted by a member of the local Valgreaves family, Vontavia Sneed, and a member of the Piedmont Accords, Gertrude Fontaine, for security, as well as the butler overseeing stewardship of the house, Maeve Holm. Maeve has been kept on staff by the group. She is off now delivering calling cards to the two local families. Hopefully, if people play their cards right, you will be meeting one of them in the next episode. For now, though, a few things are in front of you. You need staff to run this house, both to repair this house and to manage this house. This is going to involve going into the village to recruit from the various groups. It is also pertinent to go into the village to meet the inhabitants, get to know the local gossip, the local rumors. It will be a good venture outward. And then, of course, there's the aforementioned repairs of the house proper. So the real question is, do we all want to go into the village together, or do we want to divide up things?
I go wherever the cousins go.
I think I would want to stay at the house to check out what that banging was, and also to make sure there's nothing I missed.
Yeah, I think Turner would also stick at the house and just start with whatever small stuff is, continue to build the list, and then I guess in terms of recruiting his employees, I'm assuming that's through the Rivet. Is that something we think benefits Turner to go out along with for such a thing?
It would. It would. There's not sending letters out is going to take quite some
Right.
time to get back. Even if it is just in town proper, nothing moves faster than face to face.
Okay. Then yeah, then if that's a benefit, then yeah, I can go out instead of stay in, and then come back and reconvene with Gertrude then and see what she's found.
Absolutely.
I'll go out with Arthur in recruiting people.
Charlotte will hit the town.
All right. And Parker?
If Charlotte's going to town, Parker will stay at the house.
So Parker and Gertrude will be remaining at the house, while the remainder of you will be going into the village. Wonderful. We're going to start with the village first, and we'll bounce back and forth a little bit. Head down into the village, down the hillside. Over the estate overlooks the village. As you look back up to it, you can see it loom over the village, and you can imagine the mood it must put people in. Obviously, the Astus Willows are no strangers to this sort of gloomy aesthetic, but it's giving the wrong message to everybody down below with such a decrepit monolith overlooking everything. There are other families in this area, but Crowscroft Manor sits physically above them. It makes it a bit of a center point, and it is an eyesore. But that is why you are down here. That is what you are here to do. Fix the eyesore, and to get to know the people of the village. You all head into town, and there are many little shops here and there, people walking around, going about their various errands. Crowscroft Village includes a chapter house for the League of Glove and Key, a union hall for the Rivet and Bellows, and a small Piedmont Accord press, who are basically the local law enforcement of the area. You can get right down to business and go into these various true folk locales to see what's what. You can mingle with the villagers. It's not uncommon for the aristocrats to mingle with the regular folk. It's good for presentation, after all, and possibly learn a bit more about the state of things. Maybe people that have lived here for longer know more about what the past of what's up there. Those of you in the village, what is your approach? And this could also be another divide and conquer if you want to. There are four of you. There are four of you down here, so do as you will.
Would I, as a member of the Glove and Key, need to check in with the local guild? Just say, "Hey, I'm here."
It would be appreciated. You are personally on hire by the Astus Willow family, so it's not a requirement.
But it's just good courtesy.
It's just good courtesy, and that's really part of the
Arthur would
nature of things, isn't it?
express as much to Charlotte, like, I'd like to check in with the local guild just to say hello, if that's possible.
Oh, just to say hello?
Why, yes, I do still have to attend to your needs and Lord Parker's needs as well. I wouldn't want to stay too long.
But you do not need to do it alone. Why not hire on some help? Put together a team. Some maids, some cooks.
Knowing just what you two get up to, I think I would be a little busy. Maybe I could leave Maeve ahead of all of the daily affairs.
That sounds wonderful. Wonderful. That sounds wonderful.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
The cousins are vampires, confirmed.
Oh, no.
It's a fictitious country. It's okay.
It's vaguely European, it's fine.
We
You're
did
European.
talk in our session zero how hard it is to not slip into German from French.
It really is.
They're next door, after all.
Yeah, for the good of the manors, Arthur will try his hand at recruiting, well, one, saying hello, and second, he is looking for a team.
All right. What about the remainder of you? We have Charlotte, we have Ontavius, and we have Turner. Are any of you going with Arthur to the Glove and Key, or are you going into separate locales? Again, there's the other union halls and there's the village proper.
Let's see. I'm assuming Turner's going to go to the Rivet and Bellows. I'm wondering if Charlotte would, if we had a conversation before and then I left, would you have tagged along? Or are you feeling for that?
I could tag along. Charlotte would be interested in going shopping.
Okay.
I will say, with that being the case, you do have a member of the local family in your party right now, though he may not necessarily venture out into the village and be like tapped into the locale. You do have somebody local that could show you shopping.
What did he come to town for?
Me?
Yes.
Business. I'm here for business. trying to get this money. But I also live here. So like going into town is more so of like, okay, now, I left the manor mainly to go, oh, if you're looking to get people, things, and stuff, you can go here, you can go here. So, like what Zach is saying is exactly what I'm here for. I'm also
Yes.
very curious to go see the Glove and Key people, but I can put that on the back burner if you want to do a little shopping. I'm down for spending money.
Just being that you know your way around, could show me a thing or two in town, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. You just let me know what it is that you're looking for, and I'll get you in the right direction.
Do you know of any places that sell plants?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I would assume that there's like a greenhouse or kind of like a nursery esque in town. Um, yeah, absolutely. Was there a specific plant that you were looking for? Maybe uh, we could be more direct, or are you just looking for something to brighten up the place?
Just browsing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And I goes in the direction of garden nursery. While we're walking, I think Vontavious is having a conversation with Charlotte. So before you and your cousin came here, what is it that you were all involved with? What did your family do?
A family?
Mm-hmm.
Astus Willows have a reputation.
Mm-hmm. Just more so the two of you. Like I for myself, I pride myself in industrialism. Something that I've taken an interest in. I don't know if there's a specific interest that you two or yourself may have.
I see. Uh, Parker sees himself as something of an academic, I suppose. A
Hmm.
lot of hands-on research. I,
Hands on.
however, am more of a socialite.
Of course. Of course. A professor or a educator of sorts, Parker. What was there a specific field? You said there was a lot of hands on. I don't know if you know.
Oh, I could not say. I never interested me much anyway. You would have to talk to him about it, I suppose.
Well, very interested in knowing who I'm working with and honestly building a friendship with. And hopefully that this turns into that. If
As am
if
I. What sort of industry are you interested in?
commercial mostly, like I think the expansion of industry is important. I mean, you've seen it yourself coming in on that motorized car. You can see the benefits of it. Hopefully, something that can expand outside of this town.
Ah, yes. Some say that they will replace horses one day.
Could you imagine? That's that would be something. It definitely would be something,
What would we do with all the horses?
right? Do it. Well, I do have a personal question, Lady Charlotte, if that is permitted.
I pride myself on asking and answering all sorts of personal questions.
Yeah. Your personal style and fashion is quite interesting. I've never seen so many people with the motif as yours and your cousins, but more particular, your chosen eyewear.
Mm, I see. Well,
It,
usually I wait until the second meeting to get into the eye patch.
I'm naturally curious. I apologize if I overstepped.
Not at all. Curiosity is an admirable trait, an accident of the gardening variety.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm. One lives and learns, I suppose, or they die. And I am fortunate enough to be alive.
Well. Hmm. Right. Well, you know what? It adds a certain charm, and I for one love it. think it's wonderful.
Oh, well, thank you. There were a few options, I suppose, but this one is handsome, I'd say.
I agree. Oh, you're at the nursery. Shut up, Jenny.
Sorry.
That
I
brain
ain't
is as
saying
loud each time.
nothing, brother. I ain't saying nothing over here.
It's
While
great.
cut to Gertrude just looking around.
Your mic arm
Why-
said more than I had to. We're good.
While
crazy
these
because
two are talking,
Ugh, it's
Yeah.
fuck.
while these two are talking and walking, let's pan back a little bit. Arthur, you are going to check in with the League of Glove and Key to let them know that you are here, and of course to see about recruiting.
I guess he will meet with the receptionist, hand them his card that has like his credentials and like stuff so he can be written in. It's all very bureaucratic. He sits in a
Absolutely.
waiting room for a while.
Absolutely. It's also a little funny receiving being received by a receptionist when this is also quite literally a job that you would be hired on by this by this guild, by this league, to somebody else to then have their own here. But you meet them, they take your card, they head back, and after a while, a portly gentleman with a thick mustache walks out and says, "You must be Arthur. My name is Martel.
Pleasure to meet you, good sir.
What brings you to Groscroft?"
Well, I'm in the employ of the new local nobles, and we were hoping to fill our estate with some workers.
Ah, I see. What sort of staff are we talking about here?
The full sweep, good sir. I'm going to need some extra hands for the kitchens, the gardening, and of course the general upkeep of the house.
Of course, of course. We should be able to accommodate that. Um, let's go ahead and go over some specifics here. And yeah, he starts discussing everything with you, going over the full sweep of what would be needed for this sort of endeavor. And as he goes over this, uh could you make me a dice roll? I would like to. I'm going to offer you a combination. You can suggest an alternate one if there's no dice in that or whatnot. Uh, I would like to offer a dice roll of either decorum or ingenuity, and observe or intuit.
Wait, ingenuity.
Intuit.
I'd go into decorum ingenuity.
Well, no, you'll do one from personality and one from skill.
Oh, okay, because I heard the previous option. So,
Yes, I was giving one from each.
Okay. What was the other one besides intuit on the skill end?
Observe.
Okay, yeah, I'll do a decorum observe.
All right. Go ahead and make a roll for me.
4 dice. Ooh, that is 3 sixes.
3 sixes. So 3 sixes. It is called in this game a triumph. It is a massive success. So I'll be giving you a good bit of success on this one. You're able to coordinate the hiring of a full suite of staff. You're able to get able to get maids. You're able to get footmen. You're able to get cooks for the kitchen. You're able to get cleaning staff. With that triumphant success, I will also give you something else that you notice in this. The amount that Martel is detailing out for you, the costs that the family will incur for this seems, well, it seems lower than you're used to you're used to. Like you're looking at large numbers, not individual paychecks, but the math just seems kind of low to you.
Hmm. That is something I'll investigate later.
But your meeting is thus a success in this regard.
Uh,
Turner, yes,
yep,
go on.
no, no, that's it.
All right, Turner, uh, you are heading over to the Rivet and Bellows. Could you please describe your approach and what it is that you're looking for? Are you going to go in and look for just extra hands? Are you looking for other people that have like a leadership mindset, and then you're just going to oversee on top of it? Are you going to be very hands on with this? How are you approaching this?
Yeah, I think as Turner's going through the list, that there's a combination of his and Gertrude's findings of these are things we need to prioritize. This is where we start. This is where we go from. I think he's had his like kind of default team that he brings to any of the Astus Willow projects he's worked on before, whether that's that the cousins are familiar with, like, oh yes, I love these guys' work, or just knowing people that would be proficient in repairing the structure of the building, the exterior of the building, everything, and try and go in with a few other people to oversee individual groups and bring back enough people to kind of separate and conquer the house.
Absolutely. So you walk in to the Rivet and Bellows Union Hall. This one is a bit more. It's a bit more formalized than your typical locales for the Rivet and Bellows. Hence, your attire. You knew you were going to have to make this sort of approach. So you head in, and a large man with his sleeves rolled up, uh, close cropped hair, and a forearm nearly the size of your head rises up to shake your hand. And says, "You at the Union, son?"
Right, yes, of course, yes. Turner Risewell. I've come to see about recruiting a couple people for our Astus Willow project.
Excellent. My name's Jameson. He claps your hand very strongly.
Oof.
Astus Willow, you say? We don't have any of those folk in town. New arrivals then.
Brand new arrivals. They just inherited a new home. It is Fixer Uppers being very generous about it.
What's the home?
Over what was it? Was it Ravencroft?
Crowscroft Manor.
Crowscroft, regret yes. Crowscroft Manor over far end, posh neighborhood.
Oof, Crowscroft. That's well, best of luck to them.
Yeah, well, I've come recruiting. Hopefully, the best hands we can get. Try and knock out some projects today and move forward from there.
Well, we can see what we can do. What sort of work are you looking at up there? It seems like you're gonna need quite a few hands. I'm not sure who we have to spare.
Right. Well, we're trying to cover everything. I'd love to rip this thing down and build it from the ground up, but we need structure for the stairs, the windows, the doors. The exterior is an absolute mess. We'll probably need some exterior cleaning, power washing. So whatever we can get going.
Well, yes. Well, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a lot of hands on. I will say, just above the table, as we've seen another side of this. This is a lot more like reserved than the previous location. If you would like to make any roll to read into it, you can, or if you'd like to make a roll to push in for cooperation, you can. Whichever direction you'd like to go.
I like to try and push it and just
Okay.
I think by kind of reassuring like it's Astus Willow, whatever hands we can get on, I'm sure it'll be great for the Union and make the gesture of money.
Okay. I will let you tell me the personality and skill roll that you wish to make, or if you'd like to spend a portfolio that would work for this. That would be an automatic success.
Ooh. You said portfolios refresh per session is what we're doing?
So I've taken a mechanic from another game system. If you use your epigram in conversation, you will regain a portfolio expense.
Okay.
This will happen once per session. So you don't have to necessarily say it today. You could say it in the next session and you would regain it.
Okay.
But it's once per session.
Got it. Then I think here I would use my entourage portfolio and see about getting a handful of people that either I've worked with on projects before, and trying to use that connection to bring them into work.
Okay. Because you haven't been here before, it might be
Oh.
difficult for you to find people here, but I will
Mm-hmm.
actually, I'm okay with that if you want to use it as sort of example of
Sure.
of the work that you have done and the fact that you've had hire-ons happen
Yeah.
quite a bit. All right, so go ahead and
Cool.
take off that entourage bit,
Sounds good.
and we'll role play this out a bit.
Cool.
So as he's being a bit dodgy on this, I'll let you engage.
Well, so as you can see, I've worked with the Astus Willows, new in the town. They're still kind of discovering where they want to be, who they want to meet, what hands they want to shake. And I think this would be an amazing opportunity to connect with them. I have done many projects for the Astus Willows around the country, and they often have big projects. And I think if we can knock out this one, this huge project, I'm sure they'll come back to you for any future construction they have.
Hmm. Well, that's certainly tempting. You say they're new to town. They're doing everything. I imagine they're hiring on for all sorts of positions. Then, yeah.
Correct. Yep. I think that's the team's out trying to collect a bunch of people right now.
How long you worked with them?
Oh God. Upwards 9 years on various projects, along with their parents, aunts, uncles. I'm working for the cousins at the moment.
They're good for the work. They're good for it.
Always. I believe Miss Charlotte's got a sweet spot for me.
Maybe you can convince them to actually follow the proper pay that we need for this. Between you and me, we've been having a bit of a row with the Glove and Key over there. They keep taking pay cuts so that they can get more hires on. It makes it bloody impossible for us to actually
To get
push
your pay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I have a couple friends I'm working with along the way. Maybe we can try and do a little Glove and Key rivet conversation and see if we can realign some sets and get paid properly.
Hey, look, if they want to get paid pennies, they can get paid pennies. We just want to make sure our folk are getting taken care of, you know?
Of course. If I'm bringing in some of your people, want to make sure we're doing the same thing.
Absolutely. Well, you talk to that cousin that you're good in with there. Use your charm, and he actually does a little straightening of your tie, and we can get you the help you need. We're still going to be a bit short-handed in terms of people. That's a lot of
course.
work. That's a lot of work for a rather uncomfortable location.
Yeah. Well, we'll take what we can get for now as we progress forward. If more hands open up and we're looking for more work, again, the Astus Willows will be good for it. I can promise that.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, you get what you get cracking on that. You touch back. We will make sure that we get the few that we have on hand, and if any more folk finish up projects, we can get you more in hand. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get your hands a bit dirty. But you know how it goes.
I think at this point he would have had his sleeves rolled down. But he's like, always ready to get my hands dirty.
Right.
I think he'll rip off the page that he had of all the different notes kind of had to him and be like, this is what we're prioritizing at the moment. He sees all the redacteds and scribbles with Gertrude's of just like, okay, well, this is what we're looking at first, and this, that, and the other. So,
and he will look over this with you as you go over everything, and as you are making this connection work, we'll move back to the manor where Parker, Astus Willow, and Gertrude Fontaine are currently. Gertrude Fontaine is still surveilling the house, looking into things. Parker, are you just letting Gertrude wander the house, do her job, or are you the curious type?
He's letting Gertrude wander the house because on the tour, two things caught his eye that he wants to specifically look at. One is that banging, and two is there's something called a sealed room, and he wants to get into that sealed room.
Absolutely. Let me take a quick look at the map that I gave you all.
It's on the second floor, sealed chambers next to a balcony after a gallery.
Yes. So we'll first put together a dice pool for me to search for this banging sound.
And for those at home, how does that work?
So you're going to look at your personality,
Hmm.
and you're going to look at your skill. You're going to pick one personality and one skill, and that number will aggregate together as the number of d6s that you are going to roll. I'm going to leave it to you to justify me which one you think will work. It can be pretty up in the air.
I think obsession for sure from the personality.
Absolutely.
And then could we justify transgress as he's breaking the social norm of his title to be this obsessed with a single sound?
I think that could work.
Okay. I have my dice pool then.
Go ahead and make the dice tool roll, and 6s are successes, but only 6s. And then let me know if you have any.
1, 6, and 1, 1.
Okay. Fortunately for you, that is not more 1s than 6s. That does sort of balance things out a bit. So I'm going to say that while you are not going to specifically locate the source of the banging, it's going to give you a chance to more thoroughly explore the house.
Mhm.
You're able to wander about the house. You're able to get the lay of the land. You're able, therefore, navigating the house in particular, should you need to find something quicker, or when you dig back into searching again, will be a lot easier for you as you have a faster knowledge of things. I will also say above the table, sealed chamber is not supposed to be a visible thing on the map, but I
Mhm.
think that with that 6, I will say as part of this, you walk around and you see a balcony, and you
Mhm.
cannot pinpoint where that balcony actually connects to, as from your walk around inside the house. Therefore, I will say that you would be able to surmise that
Mhm.
that balcony goes to a room that you cannot currently figure out where to access.
Mhm. Then I think that becomes a secondary obsession is how do I get in there? Do I steal a ladder from Turner to climb the exterior? I'm getting in there somehow. Yes.
Meanwhile, Gertrude, describe what you're intending to do here.
I'm mostly trying to, well, I think like do a second go over of the house to see what is going on and what I missed, and then if I hear the banging, try to ascertain where it is and like try and figure out where it's coming from, because obviously. I mean, I'm sure that Mauve is quite capable, but I am more capable.
Most certainly. Go ahead and once again put together your dice pool for me, or if there is a portfolio that you think that you can extend for this, let me know.
Mm-hmm. I think, well, I could use information for this from my portfolio.
It would be that would be possessing relevant knowledge,
Oh, right.
which
Maybe.
I would say maybe not for this because you haven't been inside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But if we could be
Yeah.
justified, then we could work with that.
No, I think maybe doing cunning and observe to try and figure it out would make sense.
Okay, we can absolutely do that.
Okay. No 6s, no 1s. Damn.
All right. It's going to be a pretty general walkthrough of the house. You're
Mhm.
not finding anything specific. The banging does not come about
Mm-hmm.
as you walk around, but much like Parker, you're touring the locale. You're getting a better sense of the ins and outs of places. I will say for differentiation, you did not notice that you were not able to connect that balcony, did not go to any place in particular, but you also will have a general like mental map of things. And
Okay.
over the course of this, Parker and Gertrude, since you're both wandering around, will encounter one another in your travels.
Duke Augustus Willow, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. The house seems to be a great spot for my cousin and I to have a little bit of a wait time once it's ready to go.
Do you have the ladder with you?
There is no ladder at
Not a ladder,
there's no
okay.
ladder at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. I'm happy we could well, this house will work for you. Is there anything I should know about your goings-ons that I should be prepared for as far as having more people in the house than not, or um any extracurricular activities that you get up to?
Yes, I'm sure my cousin can tell you exactly when we're going to have more people over. However, if you notice things happening in the night, maybe you didn't.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
There will be things that happen sometimes that are perfectly fine, and we're all okay with. And you don't need to concern yourself with security about those ones.
Right.
You'll
Uh,
understand in time.
well, might I have an example of something so I know to look out for it so it's not a problem?
Yes, modern medicine. 'Tis a fascinating endeavor, and sometimes it requires electricity, and sometimes it requires willing participation, and sometimes willing participation comes in many forms.
I see. So I didn't realize you were a doctor.
Doctors are a different class. I'm a practitioner. I do modern medicine.
A researcher, then.
Sure.
All right. Well, if you be needing anything, just let me know. Since everyone's out at the moment, I've just been busy in myself with keeping an eye on things. Is there anything security-wise that you want me to focus on more than not?
Yes. I seem to have found a way into the house that is not shown. So if you can help me get on an exterior balcony so I can break down a window or door,
Oh,
I would be extremely appreciative.
you said you found something. Why don't you show me what you're talking about and I can assist you?
Mhm. And we'll like show balcony, no access point.
Oh, I
And I
see.
believe that there has to be an access point, but there currently is not.
Right, no, I see what you mean. Well, why don't you let me get up there, as it is quite a dangerous feat, and I wouldn't want you hurting yourself on your first day here. Wouldn't reflect very well on me.
Yes. And how long have you been doing all of this?
Oh, personally, I've been doing it about 10 years now.
Oh,
Started at a young
oh
age. It's
good.
a family business.
Uh, Local?
I've been around. Started off in a different country, hence why I have the accent. But I've been here for about 5 years. Around not around this town specifically, but in the area, and I quite like it here. It's a bit more mild than I'm used to, but I can't complain about that. I mostly keep to the inside, anyways.
Good. Yes, well, we'll be happy to have you and your experience. It'll be most beneficial. Um, do you do recon at all, or only security detail?
Oh, well, part of security is doing recon to make sure that you're know where you're getting into and possible dangers and that sort of thing. Is that what you're speaking of?
More if it's possible to get a dossier on the other two families. It'd be most appreciated.
Oh, well, it's more of a social thing, but I can see what I can do.
I will say, Gertrude, because you mentioned it earlier, that is something where information would come in
Mm-hmm.
handy.
Mm-hmm. Is there something specific you're looking for with them, or just a general family tree and uh, whereabouts they
Well,
live?
more, less that, more their intentions, their charity work, their business ventures, how they had relations with the prior owner of the house. Any of the things that would help us get to know them as people and not as public figures.
Oh, well, I could do some research into that for sure.
I think Charlotte would be most appreciative to know who she's getting friendship with.
That is understandable, and it'd be good for me too to know who's coming in the house and going. Now, let me see the best way up here. How is there like a lattice that I can climb? Oh, you're
Muted.
muted, darling.
Thank you.
You can
Climbing
have to
this
use the
without
voice of God.
any form of any form of rope or ladder or whatnot would take significant effort.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not impossible. I would say that you would probably have to get a Triumph that is 3/6
Hmm.
to scale the house without external issues.
Hmm.
But if you were trying to climb, I would say that so long as you were to get 1/6, you certainly wouldn't hurt yourself in the
Okay.
process. Uh, Even if you got no successes, it wouldn't be significantly damaging. Failures would where that would be coming
Yeah.
into play.
Could I use my portfolio of tools and equipment to fashion myself a way up there? Perhaps a grappling hook?
If you can narrate for me how you do this, then absolutely.
Okay. I think describe the outside of the house to me. Is it brick?
It's brick, wood, and plaster for things like the columns and whatnot. Uh, but it is mostly brick. The balcony is a wooden balcony that overhangs this section.
Mhm.
So were you to find a bit of a grappling hook situation, it could get up
Mhm.
there. Of course, there is the concern of the stability of the house, but
Yes.
it would be easier than free climbing.
Right. I'm thinking either a grappling hook or a crossbow.
A crossbow?
Would be
You,
accurate for the era.
you just got one? You just got one
Okay.
I'm
around?
head
Now-
of security. What do you think? I got a nightstick?
Now, as I said, with the tools and equipment usage, if you want to narrate how you were going to fashion this or acquire this, then we can absolutely make this work.
Okay, as long as you're okay with me
But-
having a crossbow, that sounds great.
If you I don't think that a crossbow would necessarily be part of your security, like your specific security. But if you can explain why you might have one for a personal reason that Gertrude might have one,
Mhm.
I would be willing to accept it. There will still be a dice roll with this, mind you, but it'll
Yeah.
be less difficult.
I think that Gertrude got most of her training from her family, and part of that was hunting. Learning how to be the aggressor to then defend against one. So I think it would make sense that she either has a bow or a crossbow or something that she is proficient in that she could tie a rope to get up there.
All right, if you mark off your tools and equipment for this, I will allow for this. As
Awesome.
Gertrude heads to one of her cases that came with her,
Mhm.
which you all would have seen, and comes back with a bow of her choosing, and enough rope that you get the sense of what she's going for, Parker. Where it came from, you're not sure, but you get the sense of what she's going for.
You are very proficient, well
Thank you.
equipped.
Thank you.
We
I do
appreciate it
try.
immensely. Yes.
All right. Well.
Right.
All right. So I would say, is this cunning or ingenuity?
I will let you pick the personality that you want for this.
Mhm.
Physicality will certainly be the skill that you use for this, though.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see how I do. Oh Lord. 1-6, no ones. Oh.
All right. That is going to be enough. That's going to be good for you to actually fire the crossbow up into the balcony and stick it in there.
Mhm.
The rope twirling as you go up and then dangling down, which now leads to the climbing
Mhm.
element. So once again, there'll be a physical test here.
Okay. So physicality and cunning. What would our personality be?
Again, this is one of those things where I would let you make the judgment on that. You could consider this an act of loyalty because you're
Mhm.
trying to assess the security of the house.
Yeah.
You could consider this obsession if there's a need to know. Whatever you think might suit best. You
Okay.
justify it, and I take it.
I think
And
that
is there any way to aid the roll?
Um, I do not know that off the top of my head. However,
worries.
in the vein of the game, if you can justify how you might, I could give an additional die into the roll.
I think it would just be that seeing the flimsiness of it, he would like not put down his jacket or anything, but would definitely go find a trunk and put it on the ground to give like an extra height to allow a shorter distance to get.
Okay, I'll put an extra die into the mix of that.
Okay. All right. Then I will be using obsession because I am fascinated. I need to know what's up here to keep them
Mhm.
safe. I got 4 5s, but no 6s.
Oh,
I will say that the climb is difficult. It's a physical fitness challenge, hand over hand. Not something that is a required element of the Piedmont Accords per
Yes.
se. And the combination of the shakiness of trying to climb with the state of the house is going to pull the arrow out
Okay.
of the balcony. But combination of no major failures and the shorter drop
Mhm.
will have you landing on your feet on top of the trunk instead
Oh.
of a more significant fall as the arrow comes down into the dirt.
Right. Well, perhaps the latter.
yes.
Could you both make
Uh,
me at this point? It could be obsession. It could be yeah. It could. I'll, actually no. I will say obsession and observe. Could you make an obsession and observe roll?
Okay.
you know, we have a 0. We just don't add anything, right?
Correct.
I got 3 successes. Let's go.
I got 3 1s.
Oh goodness.
God,
The
they're
world
pretty ones, but that
implodes.
is 3 1s.
I need the Darkest Dungeon guy to say triumphant failure.
We
God,
love the
you are
reference.
right.
Look at
Let's see. How would I?
what the
How would
fuck,
I
chat.
what the fuck, chat? We cook
Chat,
chat.
what the fuck? Okay, here's how I'm going to play this out. You're not going to hear what Gertrude is going to hear because you are focused on the fact that you can't get into this.
Mhm.
I'm going to say that you're going to tick off a box of distress. You're taking mental duress at
Dang.
the inability to get what you want, both
Mhm.
both as somebody that is used to getting what they want and the seeking of knowledge. In particular, you're about to be diverted away from it by something else. As Gertrude, you hear a noise from inside of the house that at first you think is the banging sound, but then you realize is different. It's less of a banging and more of like clattering sound. It sounds like somebody knocked something over.
And
As far as you are aware, there is nobody else in the house at this point.
Does it seem like it's coming from there or from like the main
No.
level?
It seems like it came from inside of the house. It did not come from upstairs.
Okay. Gertrude. Sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say Gertrude like puts a hand back for Parker and says, "I've heard something in the house. Stay out here. Go a little bit away from the house."
Oh, sure. You sure you heard something?
I did. She's gonna take her crossbow and put the bolt in.
Absolutely. And as you enter the house, I will say with that triumphant success, you're able to pinpoint that sound. It wasn't from up here. As massive as upstairs is, it had a certain muffle to it that leads you to believe that it was coming from the basement.
Okay. I'm gonna
As you venture down the stairs in your style, I do have to ask if Parker is in fact going to stay outside or if Parker is going to wind up following.
But Parker wants to know things, but Parker also is a coward. And so if he thinks he's going to be hurt, he's not going to do it. How navigable is getting to the cistern from the exterior of the house?
Let me take a look at the house once more.
I'm not sure. Is down on the exterior
It's in the
that?
courtyard.
Okay. Oh, so that's a wall. Okay. Yeah, so
Yes,
that
so
wouldn't.
getting into the
'cause-
cistern is via the courtyard.
Got it. Then since it's not like the cistern path there is not like directly to his left from this balcony, I think he's going to follow, but at a slight distance. A
Okay.
distance that if Gertrude is attacked, he is safe from. But
Fair.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Then we will cut back to Gertrude as you are heading down the stairs.
She's
We'll go
going
down-
slowly and she's listening to hear what's going on.
Yes, you go down into the basement via the cellar. Into the main kitchen area. This, of course, is where the food is actually prepared, down below, not the dining area up above. There's a few different rooms down here that you all were pointed out to, but were not actively examining. The mud room, the butler's pantry, and the still room. With that triumph, I will give you one final bit, which is that you know for a fact that Arthur already went down here to start cleaning up the kitchen so that things could be presentable. Therefore, one would assume that he has already gone into the butler's pantry.
Mm-hmm.
So if something were in there, it certainly wasn't when he was there, which
Mhm.
leaves two other rooms, the mud room and the still room.
Okay. Well, because I came in through the cellar, I'm going to check the still room first because it's right there.
All right. You open the door to the still room, and it's in fact a still. You see bottles and hoses, things that would be good for distillery
Mm-hmm.
in here. If you could make me a roll that involves observe or intuit.
Okay. I can definitely, I'm great at observing. I'm really good at observing. And I am obsessed with what's happening right now. No successes, no failures.
Okay. That's what you're going to notice then.
Mhm.
Is going to be that.
Does anything seem like it fell or was like on the floor?
Things are a bit laid over, but
Mhm.
with the no successes, no failures, neither direction, I couldn't tell you
Yeah.
if they've already fallen over or if they were just like that for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Then I shall move to the mudroom.
The mudroom door sticks as you go to push it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to require an act of physicality or transgress, if you have that ability.
Okay. And then I am going to use my cunning to find the best place of like if I'm gonna kick this door in.
Yes,
Something like that.
absolutely. And before you tell me your result, Parker, you're following at a distance. Tell me about where you are in here, what you're seeing.
I believe, seeing that she has left the still room and is not dead, he'll go in the still room to investigate like essentially following like wherever she just left. He's going because he knows it's safe, and he still gets to
Sure.
learn, but there's no problems.
Sure. Could you make me a roll as well that involves either observe or intuit?
They're both zeros, but I feel like he's more observant than he is intuitive.
Okay.
And since we're still doing the quest for knowledge, I'll keep it at obsession. That is 2 6s and a 5, so 2 successes.
Ooh.
Okay. As you look at this, I'll say that you notice two things. One, you notice things that are knocked over, which which immediately sort of infers to you that this was a sound that was here, and you notice that things that are knocked over, doesn't seem like they've collected dust or anything.
Mhm.
The second thing that you notice is that some of these bottles have liquid in them, and it doesn't smell outdated. Doesn't smell raw.
Interesting.
These have been used
Uh,
rather recently. Gertrude,
and
what did
do
you
they
roll? Oh, go ahead.
do they seem like medicinal cleaners that like Mauve would have been using, or do they seem like not multi-purpose?
They seem single purpose, such
Mhm.
as drinking.
Got it.
Gertrude,
I got 1 success, no failures.
you find the right position in the door, boot to door, the door hinges open. You stand with your crossbow, and there's noise of surprise. Whoa, whoa, easy, 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 easy.
All right, on your knees. What are you doing here?
Already on our knees. You look in. There are four individuals dressed in a mishmash of clothing. It seems mixed fabrics and patterns of coats and hats and whatnot. You, in particular, as one of the Piedmont Accord, would have a very quick understanding of who this is. There is a third class uh, in our Brilliant Ruin that I told the players they may not take, and that is the Unbonded. The Unbonded are the everybody else. The Unbonded are the vagabonds, they are criminals, they are anybody that has not fallen in with high or mid society. And they tend to be rather distinguished unless they are trying to hide themselves among the masses. These folks were trying to physically hide themselves, and therefore you're pretty certain that they wouldn't belong to any of the guilds, and
Mhm.
most likely they're not aristocrats.
Yeah. Being in the mudroom in the cellar. Um, she's like lets out like an annoyed sigh and says, "All right, how'd you get in?"
Been here. We worked one of the doors open upstairs a couple months back. Yeah, a couple months back.
And you've been living here, just squatting.
Well, nobody else is using it.
Well, now they are.
Didn't expect anybody to move in with all the ghost stories and stuff.
Ghosts don't exist, and neither should you be here. So, I'll give you two options. You can either walk yourselves out and stay away, or I'll have you arrested for trespassing.
We was here first before people started living here.
Yes, and squatters' rights don't apply here. The house is owned now, and it's protected.
Gertrude, if you wouldn't mind, maybe giving them a gentler suggestion. Can you elaborate on the ghost stories for us, please?
And you can see a few heads peer around the mudroom door around Gertrude as you see these individuals just squatting in the mudroom. And the one that was talking to Gertrude looks to the others who were shaking their head, and he clears his head, looks up at Gertrude, at the crossbow again, and then back to you. Yeah, the manor was owned by a couple from the Galdeparks, or ways back when. Up until well, one of them says no one knows what happened to them. They up and vanished one day, but folk in town think that they caught the ruined and died, and they haunt the property. Folks won't come up this way, but well,
And is there anything to substantiate that claim?
I mean, no one's lived here ever since. It's a big house that no one's bothered to get into, and nobody knows what happened to the Galdeparks. And
You bothered to get in here, so I imagine others has probably bothered to get in here.
Yeah, but we don't know about him, so maybe the ghost got him if he's here.
And you've been here for a couple of
Mm.
months.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't like we don't always sleep here, but when we got to do our work, and he points back at the still room. We stay here for a bit. I'm not
Mm.
afraid of our kind ain't quite afraid of getting too close to the scary things.
And you haven't seen any of Zaroon seeping in or anything?
Not down here, no. Just just a nasty smell. I don't really think that's Riven though.
Right, and did you know that there was a housekeeper here?
We heard footsteps upstairs sometimes, but we we kind of avoid the footsteps and sounds. Thought maybe other people came in, like he said.
Hmm. So you never saw her, huh?
Not that I recall.
She didn't let you in.
Is it better if she let us in?
Not for
It's
her.
better to know whether or not she knows that you're here.
And one of the other ones speaks. The younger one speaks up. She don't know that we're here. We did it ourselves. We got in ourselves.
All right.
No sense
So
in taking someone down with us.
Well, as I said, the house is owned now and protected. So gather your things and get moving.
We can get our stuff.
As long as it didn't belong to the house before.
I mean, we found some of the flower vases and used them for drips and.
Are they expensive flower vases?
If they were, they are not anymore.
All right. She kind of looks over and looks back to them. As a kindness, I'll let you take them. But, in return, you will not come back here. If I see you on the grounds again, I have right to shoot you.
Well,
Yes.
before we agree to that, you have no other job other than this?
No, we make it, and we make it here, and we sell it sometimes in the village and sometimes out the village.
Since you know how to sneak on and off the property, in a matter of weeks or days, I plan to hopefully open a research lab. If you are interested in being assistants, I would love to have people that know the lay of the land.
One moment. She kind of like, with the gun still, the crossbow still trained on
Yeah.
them, she's going to lean into Parker and say, "We cannot trust these people they broke in."
It's the kinds that would only be assistants for a night or two.
You can find others. If they already know their way in, I don't trust them.
They wouldn't be able to tell anyone after a night or two.
Do you see her like taking a moment? We'll need to discuss that further. As this is my job, I am going to take care of them now, and we can discuss that later.
That's fine. You can thank her for keeping your lives. I imagine it's not often that she shoots second and asks question first.
As you both have been talking, they've kind of like crawled the way over, and they're gathering up the still stuff. And thank you, miss. And they head up the stairs with their things and out of the manor.
Right, well, fixing the doors is the first thing we're going to be doing.
We're gonna pan back. Oh yes, go ahead.
The banging that was heard,
Mhm.
would that be a sound that could be made by the distillery? Or do I know enough to know that?
I don't think that's an area that you would know enough
Mhm.
about to know. It is entirely possible.
Okay. All right. That's all.
With distillery being mostly pipes and tubes, would be an area Parker knows enough about to maybe intuit. If the answer is no,
I'm
that's
going.
perfectly okay.
I'm going to say that given the fact that the source of the sound is sort of indeterminate and you only heard it the one time, it's hard to tell. It
Mhm.
very well could be. It could not be. Uh,
Okay.
it's a good potential source of one, but right, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
With that, I want to pan back to Vontavious and Charlotte really quick before we bring everybody back together to round out the evening. You two have been walking and shopping. I just wanted to check back in with you two before Turner and Arthur meet back up with you. If there's any final things that you wish to do in the village, we started with all of your conversation.
Yes. I think once I got Lady Charlotte settled, I just like, there's a matter of business that I do need to attend to. Are you fine here?
I do believe so. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. We'll meet back at the estate sometime later. You have fun.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
will be happy to see you again soon.
of course. And then I'd like to go to the Union real quick.
To which one? The Glove and Key, the Rivet and Bellows, or the Piedmont Accord?
Um, the Piedmont Accord.
All right. Piedmont Accord is the security and police type
Mhm.
that Gertrude is. So you head over to the rather small Piedmont Accord press. There's only a couple of people that operate out of here at the moment. You know that Gertrude would have been one of them as well.
Uh, um, hello. I I need I need some assistance with some information. More so of
Oh,
gathering of information.
yes. Well, you've come to the right place. My name's Erickson. How may I help you today, sir?
Hello, Miss Erickson. So I'm sure you've heard that there are the new nobles that have moved in up the way a bit, and I am currently working with them. I have a problem, or more so of a concern. I don't know specifically their history, and I was wondering if someone in your corporation could help me with that, figuring a couple things out.
Uh, I think we could do that, absolutely. The new folk, you're talking about the Astus Willows, I imagine.
I am, absolutely.
Uh, what sort of information are you looking to inquire about?
I want to know what they did before they came to our town. What industry they were working with, who they associated with. I want to know everything. If they have a record, if they've had runnings in with people negatively, positively. I want to know what their mother's maiden name is. I want it all.
I see. Oh, that is quite an undertaking, sir.
Hmm.
Uh, Quite an undertaking. Good bit of legwork. Good bit of resource required for this.
Right.
Uh,
I understand.
so long as you are comfortable with the cost, sir, we can certainly get to work on this. Especially if they're going to be living in the village, it would benefit all of us to know, I suppose.
Absolutely. Of course, and you can send the invoice to the Valgrieve estate. You can address it to me, and just know that all of your expenses will be thoroughly checked. I don't want any additional things added or mismanaged, but I am more than happy to pay for this service. I'm also more than happy to pay for discretion, and that is discretion from those in and outside of your network.
I see. What level of discretion are we talking?
The level of discretion that proves that we've never had this conversation.
That that will certainly take a considerable more resource, sir. And
Mhm.
Vontavious, here I would say that either if you wanted to make like a negotiation type role of personality and skill, or if you wanted to utilize one of your portfolios, uh, you'd be able to secure this with ease.
I'm going to use my wealth portfolio to secure this with ease. And then if I may, he reaches into his pocket and he has a billfold and he takes some money out and he puts it on the table, right? And he slides it over. A bit of a deposit for this. We want to make sure that this is done as clean as possible.
I'd say that we can exercise discretion then, sir.
Beautiful. Confront the world with an open heart and a generous pocketbook, I always say.
And while you secure this, Charlotte, you are re-met by Turner and Arthur to report back in to your activities.
Excellent.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's a mechanics question. I
Sure.
did the thing.
Oh, you used your epigram?
I use my epigram, yeah.
Oh, what is your epigram?
Confront the world with an open heart and a generous pocketbook.
All right, you can replenish that. You can replenish that one portfolio use.
Ah,
This
now
guy.
we're
Oh, that's-
playing the game.
I feel like that
that
one's
is
going to be
a,
easy to use.
That's
That's
a
a-
mechanic that I took from the game Outgunned. It's too good to not use in a situation like this.
Fair enough.
So true.
back to Charlotte and Arthur and Turner.
Lady Charlotte, it seems that I have acquired us some staff. They should be here tomorrow night.
Excellent. Are they up to your standards?
Yes, everyone in the Glove and Key I would trust to do their job. I have a bit of a document, and it's like a staff list that Lady Gertrude will have to peruse to see where their alliances lie.
Wonderful. Could I have a little help? I went shopping.
You needn't ask. He'll bustle over and pick up a bunch of bags at once.
Charlotte has a habit of adopting sickly looking plants. And she evidently found a smorgasbord.
Oh, so it's
Definitely.
like a yoke of plants inside baskets.
Yeah.
I will say, Turner, you have also returned to the group to
Perfect.
report your activities.
Cool. I think it's seeing him like Turner pulls out the clipboard. Is just like in all like big 3 lines of letters: green room, underline. Got it. And Miss Charlotte, of course, I've gotten with Rivet, and they're a little short-staffed at the moment, but they should be sending over a crew, and hopefully we can continue to bring us some more hands to continue repairing the home.
Oh dear. Is that
Oh.
going to be a problem?
I think slowly but surely we'll get started. We'll take care of the small stuff, and as we get more hands to come in, we'll get the house right where it needs to be, just for you.
Oh, well, do not
Speaking-
overwork yourself.
Speaking about the hands, appears that we've acquired our staff at quite the discount.
What?
It's a bit concerning considering, we sort of pride ourselves on what we do.
If finance is not an issue for us, why for the discount?
Arthur will do a shrug that looks like a shoulder press.
Oh my god, you beat them up.
And this is something we shall keep in mind, I suppose. Back to the manor.
Where is our good lord?
He shows up. He's like, sorry, I apologize. I had to handle a couple things. But then, like, in his hands, he has like pastries and snacks and things and stuff. And he's just like, I thought I would, as a housewarming, right? Some of the local delicacies.
How generous of you. She's
Mhm.
gonna like walk up to you and like take one of the pastries and hand you a plant that looks like it's dead.
Thank you.
Back to the manor.
Yeah, back to the manor.
You all will head
He's
back
just
to the
walking
manor.
around with this plant.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You'll all head back to the manor where you can fill each other in on the activities and discoveries of the day before you enjoy the pastries brought to you by Vontavious. And in rooms that Maeve did manage to prepare before she left for these calling cards, you are able to turn in for the evening. As you sleep, deep in your sleep, somewhere in the house, a small rhythmic banging persists. We will conclude today's session of Our Brilliant Ruin now. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Next session will be a little bit of socializing, a little bit of high
Yeah.
society.
Oh, good
Socializing.
society. Bullshit. Let's go. Thank you guys. Thank you, Zach, for running us through this game tonight. And thank you to all the players who have been these wonderful characters. Let's go around and have everybody say who you are and where people can find you. I'm going to start with RJ, and we're going to popcorn it around.
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ. You can catch me at rjustice282 on all of my social medias. I don't know why that suddenly went monotone there. I was trying for a bit, but then I just lost it. Other than that, I'm doing a lot of things across the interwebs, and I will normally retweet whenever we go live or whenever it is out. Primarily, we are doing some great stuff over on Warville, which is hosted over on Althaven, where I am part of the Agents of Lovely cast, and we just had a fun episode over at Peepaw and Meemaws. Other than that, we have some recordings of the Hype Goblin, our Luck and Chaos game that will eventually be coming out soonish. And yeah, there's this, there's here. Next up, Ian.
Oh, what's up, everybody? I'm Ian, or your boy Big, on all social media. That's me. If you want to do it next, pick a social media, type in YABOIBIG, and that is where you'll find me. And if you don't, let me know so we can monopolize that. What am I doing next? A lot of stuff. A lot of World of Darkness. Follow that Instagram. You'll know where I'm doing stuff. DanaeKeener.com.
Oh my god, that's me. Hey everybody, I'm Danae Keener of DanaeKeener.com, which is where you can find me doing art related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventure stream. Right now I'm here. DanaeKeener.com, popcorn, Danny.
Woot, I got it. Hey guys, I've been Danny, and you can find me at CGDannyB all over the internet, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky. Typically covering all things indie gaming. Every Thursday we drop a new podcast, Playlog Podcast. This past week, we did an episode. We're building the indie alphabet, picking the best and most suited game for every letter in the alphabet. Did we talk about Among Us? And did I forget Minecraft was an indie game? You bet your ass I did, but it's there. And then otherwise, TTRPG, you can find me Thursday nights on Crit Hit Chronicles, along with Ian and LB doing Tales of the Valiant. Did I make a choice this week? Sure did. Can't wait to see what happens. And then outside of that, yeah, here on Sunday nights, it'll be great. It's gonna be
I
fun.
forgot for a couple hours today how I was mad at you.
You don't have to be mad at me. You can just remember things will happen, choices will happen, and we'll get there. And then of course, one last CTRPG thing. Next Saturday will be my first time DMing with CGD&D, which is supposed to happen a long time ago. Do I have my group together and it's going to be chaos? It sure will be. So that'll be on my Twitch channel next Saturday. So that'll be fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Look at you
And,
go.
You know, we trying. And then with that, Sean, catch.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed. If you enjoy listening to things with your ears, I have a podcast. Some people say it's good. It won an award. Currently, we have a witchy themed show going out called Down the Forest Road. If you're into fall stuff, Agatha all along, lesbian witches, and chaos, it's a good series for you. If you say, but Sean, I don't like that stuff with my ears, I like it with my eyes, good for you. Season 2 is actively premiering on Twitch right now. Come on Fridays and you can see season 2. Do you need to know season 1? No. Should you? Maybe. You can also catch me on Wednesday on my channel doing the first of a 4-part run of Hell Whalers. So if you are interested in some Catholic guilt and Christian trauma as I terrorize people trying to prove that God is a menace and you should descend out of hell even though your sins have happened, stop by for that. On Thursday, I'll be on the Tipsy Tiger doing a game inspired by Faust, where nothing is going wrong in any capacity, and it's not a horror game. And other than that, I don't remember. Follow my socials, I post a lot. To Zach.
All right. Hi, everybody. I've been your game master, Zachary Vaudo. This is the big thing that I'm doing right now here on Sundays, so be sure to come back next Sunday for that. Apart from that, I've been part of a D&D campaign on the Streaming Rainbow called Inferno. It is Dante's Inferno themed. Each season has been a different cast of characters. So I've been part of the third canto, where we have descended into the second level of hell. It is not as fun as it sounds. We've got a couple more episodes left of that, and the second to last one is next Friday. Apart from that, at the end of the month, I'll be running something on Game Master Monday, but you'll just have to hear about that closer to the date. Follow me on socials to see what I'm up to, and if you want to have me do anything, I go and am wherever tabletop games are played. Finally, LB, it's all yours.
Hello, I'm LB Hackemup. You found me. I'm LB Hackemup on Instagram and on Blue Sky. Hack Recklessly, obviously, here on Twitch or on YouTube, wherever you're watching it. Love to see you. Love to have you. The next time I'm going to be live is on Wednesday. We are doing Nerd Immersion. We are doing Lost Minds, Phandelver, and Below. And now we are beyond this stuff because we ran out of content. So we're doing our own thing. I have to go light a fire in a volcano. It's complicated, but it works. And then I'll be with Danny and Ian on Tales of the Valiant on Thursday. Friday, Ren and I will be back together as it's supposed to be. I believe we're starting another Resident Evil game, which I'm very excited about because I love those games. And then we'll be back here on Sunday for more of this wonderful game and more high stakes shenanigans in the kind of fantasy realm. So thank you to all the players and thank you to Zach for running this game. Thank you to everybody in chat who's been hanging out. And I guess I'm LB Hackemup. Hack recklessly. Bye!